Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great today. So I don't know how many of you saw the news where BBC was reporting, of course, expectedly, that the military of Burkina Faso had killed about 100 civilians or more, 100 civilians. And this is part of the anti-Traore propaganda. They're just basically frantically and desperately looking for a plausible cause, something they can use to brainwash the entire masses, the whole world, and tell them that, yeah, this is the reason why we need to move in to remove Ibrahim Traore. It has now been uncovered that indeed it was actually terrorists who allegedly came from Ivory Coast, which of course you know is the #1 culprit in anything that has to do with unseating or removing Ibrahim Traore. It always has to come from Ivory Coast, because Ivory Coast is like a mini France on the continent in West Africa. They literally imposed the man that is there right now. They put him in power. They went past every single known democratic norm. They bypassed all of it to impose him. Even when his term in office had expired, just like Zelensky, they made him stay in power. They had to change constitution. He's another Paul Biya in the making. That's why everything France wants through that man in Ivory Coast, they get. So allegedly, these guys came from Ivory Coast and some other places, and there were so many of them killing people in northern Burkina Faso. And so when they had been killed by the military, the news report from BBC was that, 100 civilians. Imagine Ibrahim Traore, who is so passionate about setting his people free from the shackles of poverty, colonial imposed poverty and devastation on his nation, going to kill 100 of his own citizens, the people he is there to save. He's now killing them. Who's going to believe that? But thank God the news has now come out and it's been exposed. And the lesson from that is that we must never stop talking. Citizen reportage, citizen reporting is what we need. Social media came at the right time. And this is why we must never, ever slow down. Don't say, we've talked enough about this. We've talked too much about it. No, there is never an enough. The moment you stop reporting, the moment you stop talking, they will start talking. The reason they're not talking is because we're talking, because we are more in number. But if we stop talking, they will start talking, and everything they talk about is going to be a lie. And that lie will now give them the reason. It will become a cause for them to step in and remove our brother. If social media was this powerful in the days of Libya, they would not have told such a lie against Muammar Gaddafi. They would not have gotten so many to believe their lies. But today, we are beating them at their own games. Please don't stop talking about Burkina Faso. Don't stop talking about Mali. Don't stop talking about Niger Republic. Don't stop talking about the miracles happening in the Sahel region of Africa. Because this is the only way we can ensure that the gains we have in those areas, in that region, is consolidated, and that nothing happens to it. And you know the secret, that if nothing happens to that victory that we now have in the Sahel, then many more are going to roll in. It will always birth others. It will give birth to others. It will give rise to others. Don't ever give up. Even if you don't have anything to say, just post about Burkina Faso. Just post about Assimi Goïta of Mali. Just post about Niger Republic. Let's keep them in the media. It's how you win this battle. It's a battle of the mind. It's a psychological warfare. The battle we are fighting is more psychological than it is conventional. God bless you, and I hope you have a great weekend ahead.
People come to me and warn me and say, President, You know, you are too vocal. You say things that challenge these people who have the power in their hands, and they're going to kill you. Well, first of all, it means they are killers. But my answer to them is, you know what? If I were to be there to just accept these things to happen, I don't think I would count myself as living anyway. It's like I would already be dead. To live a life of lies, of pretense, and owe my life to somebody else, I would be dead anyway. So why don't I die fighting? Who will fight? If I lose, I lose. But there is a chance. There is a chance, a significant chance, that if you stand up and fight, you will live.
Breaking news, Burkina Faso President Ibrahim has declared childbirth free for all pregnant women in Burkina Faso. Now, if you're pregnant and you're in Burkina Faso, if you give birth in any government hospital in Burkina Faso, it's now free of charge. You just give birth and carry your child and go home. This is very amazing. This is exactly what we need in our country called Nigeria. But I don't know when it's going to happen. The same year Nigeria got their independence in 1960. Now, the same year Burkina Faso got their own independence. Why are they fast developing more than Nigeria? Why are they fast developing? It seems like we are going to borrow Ibrahim to be our president for 1 month because we need a change in Nigeria. It is now childbirth free for all pregnant women in Burkina Faso. If you give birth in any government hospital in Burkina Faso, it's now free of charge. Nigeria, when? According to the president of Burkina Faso, why will a woman pay because she wants to bring life into this world? Why will she pay? And as a result of that, he has declared childbirth free for all pregnant women that give birth in government hospital in Burkina Faso. This is amazing, and we need to give the president of Burkina Faso a very big accolade because it's not easy. This is exactly what we need in Nigeria, but I don't know when it's going to happen.